How about that? How about that? How about that? Everything we talk about, ill intent, violence, physicality, execution, the will to win. Just win, baby.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, nation? Ralf in the building, and welcome, because this is Straight Outta Nation. No Chargers, no Chiefs, no Broncos. This is 100% Raiders podcast, and this is a Tuesday tailgate night show with a special guest in the building. Now, what I told it about for like last stream that I was me on the morning, afternoon. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. So we got one special guest coming up through because those guys, these motherfuckers broke the game on YouTube, because not only they just brought some great takes of the Raiders, but also they just put a lot of comedy on commentaries. But those guys are really amazing. So give a round of applause for the one and only Mike for the Black Team broadcast. So how you feeling right now, Mike? So welcome to Straight Outta Nation. So it's been like a great opportunity to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, I'm thankful to be a guest on the show, man. I'm happy that you invited me, bro. Thanks for the invite. And yeah, it's long overdue. I know we've been trying to get this all squared away and get this going for, I'd say, since sometime during training camp. My apologies, the schedule's been a little hectic. I know I think Corey was supposed to be on, but he actually came down with a hamstring injury, so he might not be able to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, much love and praise to Corey.
Hamstring injury.
Yeah.
Hamstring injury.
Yeah. But I just wanted to tell you that much love to Corey, and of course, much blessing to him. So right now, let's just bring it out for the first topic. Now, I know because after the whole disaster between Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Rams, so it was like a completely disaster, because they had Daniel Carlson giving us like a festival of field goals, and then almost there for like a touchdown per Buck Bowers, because there are some players that make some true impact, which is Brock Bowers, the tight end, and of course Alexander Madison, the running back. But some players like Aiden O'Connor or Gardner Minshew doesn't have the same impact as we know about for like the game. Bad throws, bad moves.
Froze up right
That Madison to put in at this game against Los Angeles Rams, because I know it's very difficult to see how the defense is gonna be really watching it at all.
Yeah, obviously, it's hard to really break down for a lot of people regarding the loss highlights on it, but there are always some good some flashes in there. At the beginning of the game, Alexander Madison did do really well. I was honestly shocked that we were running the ball so well because this year, you've seen it, right? We haven't really had very much of a running game, so that was a nice surprise to see. It seemed like once Aiden got hurt, too, things kind of changed also regarding the offense because in a way we kind of avoided running the ball as much. We started really passing it, and which if it's going, that's fine. But I feel like we should have kept running the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But if we see it like at enough for like, because I've been seeing like at a film study of Brock Bowers and Alexander Madison. I mean, Brock Bowers just broke the entire call as a tight end and he just ranked for the first place. I mean, after we just saw for Tom Telesco choosing Brock Bowers, I mean, this guy has a natural talent. I mean, the power of blocking, speed, and everything. But a lot of persons doesn't know about like the natural talent of Alexander Madison because that boy proves like to be like a beast, and he knows how to improve this vision along with Samir White and Dylan Love. So I guarantee that the running back room it doesn't seem like very fit in at this war with Alexander Madison because imagine this running back room between Alexander Madison, Dylan Love, Samir White. I mean, one player has known for like an improved vision and speed, but between Samir White and Dylan Love, it doesn't seem like they had the same level as they got Alexander Madison.
Yeah, I heard what you're saying with that. I would say regarding that, it's also running styles. That's the difference there. Where with Zeus Zamir White, he's more so of like a straight north-south runner, where you need like a power blocking scheme in which currently it seems like we're running more of like a zone blocking scheme, which is more for like a shifty, patient runner. For example, like Alexander Madison, where that's why it's a little bit more ideal for him, and he's definitely looking a little better. Maybe if the tables were turning and we were calling a power blocking scheme, it might have looked a little bit different. Like it might be flipped, where it might be Zamir that's shining and vice versa. But at the moment, as long as one of them's going and doing what they got to do, hopefully it could get us looking like we're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Then after we just saw like the performance between Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Rams, which is like completely disastrous role. So let's just move it up to like the next topic we're talking about. So right now, the Raiders just add new talent on the practice squad of the roster. So first and foremost, not only they just had the quarterback Desmond Ryder of the Arizona Cardinals practice, but also they just add a wide receiver. Check this out. A former wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers named Terrence Marshall, because Marshall was the two picking on the Panthers back in 2021, and he has 64 career catches and more than 700 yards for one touchdown. I mean, his bad season comes after the 2022, but he just got to cut it down. But also, they just got another one from the Cincinnati Bengals, the defensive tackle, which is Seth Carter. So after all the signing for like the new talent, and because after the whole drama of Devontae Adams and the injury of Jacoby Myers, it feels like very right to see let's put some add on the new wide receiver to get involved with the wide receiver room, the defense and everything. But also let's just have like a new quarterback to get on the field and the scheme between for like the Luke Getsy playbook scheme and of course the defensive scheme. So how you feel about like the new talent, just like the veterans want to put on the roster and make it like an impact, because we were ahead of that game between Las Vegas Raiders versus Kansas City Chiefs, which is the next week at Allegiant Stadium.
What was that second part of the question again?
I mean, Terrace Marshall getting added to the roster, the wide receiver. Also,
okay. Oh yeah. Regarding the additions.
Yeah, the additions.
Did you also mention Desmond Ridder also?
Yes, I just mentioned the quarterback Desmond Ridder.
Okay. Regarding the additions, it makes sense regarding all the injuries we currently have. Regarding the receiver position, it makes sense to bring in Terrence Marshall Jr. just due to the fact of we don't have too much depth at the moment with injuries, and then also the fact that we shipped off a player to the New York Jets. So I'm not saying that this guy's going to replace Devontae Adams by any means, but it's definitely much needed depth because right now, unfortunately, we're getting a lot of injuries at a very unfortunate time in our schedule because it's going to start getting. This is like I would say the next few games that quarter of the season where it's going to get real tough. It's
Yeah,
going
I
to get
mean,
real tough to see,
exactly.
and also same thing with Desmond Ritter. That's another depth. I would say depth. Who knows? He may even see the field, but that's a pickup. I'd say that's for depth. Unfortunate. Aiden O'Connell had his thumb broken in the game against the Rams, but yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say if he is or isn't an upgrade or not, but who knows? Maybe he'll be a guy that could get us back in the right direction, possibly.
Yeah, that I mean exactly because after we just get involved with Desmond Ritter as a quarterback, because right now the quarterback room it seems that they have a lot of issues after the broken injury, after the broken time with Aiden O'Connor, and then Gardner Minshew as a starter, and then we had Carter Bradley. I mean, it seems that they have like some issues they need to resolve like sooner or later. I mean, they just wanted to look very good at this nice at this opportunity. But it seems that we're not gonna hit like the panic button because after we just know about like the whole situation of the running back room, the wide receiver, I mean, it's something I had to figure it out how to very moved out because for every thought of the saying, because they just put it back on the square, finding like in a new example, finding like in a new way to get involved with like the defense because we will never like it build a team if we stay like a really focused at all because it's something that like the coordinator because have you ever seen like the whole game the whole scheme of Lugetti? I mean it doesn't seem like very fitted at all, doesn't seem fitted at all because we have new coach same old problems because after we just saw for like Antonio Pierce's performance between for Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Rams, it feels like he needs to grow up and he needs to get involved with a lot of leadership because every time that I see like a lot of social media they say, oh, the internal peers only smoke cigars, also we scream red. Okay, so I just figured it out because we just came back and I know this has been like a lot of issue problems, but I know this is something that I was gonna to be realistic. And after we just saw like an Antonio Pierce performance, I mean, it feels like he just missed a lot of the performance, the leadership to put it on the track.
Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. Unfortunately, it's just right now it's a lot of things not really going in our favor. For example, the injuries we already kind of didn't really have per se like a true QB1 at the beginning of the season where we kind of had to just pick who was the best guy between the two or who we thought would be the better fit. It wasn't like there was a certain like okay this guy's QB1 he beat him out. So right now it's unfortunate that the guy that got replaced is having to go back in due to an injury, and now we are still trying to figure out okay can any of you guys run this offense? Can any of you guys keep us moving the ball downfield? Can one of you score points? But at the moment, I don't know who it is. Could it be Gardner Minshew? Could he step up? Maybe. Hopefully, Desmond Ritter if he sees the field, but it's going to be tough. And then just all the injuries also to our defense, which our defense is still balling out. They're still doing their thing, but it's just a lot of, I would say, a lot of injuries right now on both ends, both offense and defense. So it's just really tough to get anything going, especially with a serious lack of depth in my opinion. Which I feel like any coach in general, like
Yes.
they're gonna struggle in that issue. with that issue.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's very great. That's very great. But also, I just wanted to figure it out that not that many coaches get a lot of experience to win some games, because I
Yeah,
know that exactly, because every time that I just thinking about like the coaches, they have the same mentality, leadership, and of course a lot of discipline. Because if I told like several live streams, because if you remember the Detroit Lions coach Dan Campbell, I mean he was starting for the first season with only 3 wins and 13 losses. Now getting back to like the next season, he just proved it all with that defense and of course with mentality. There can be like a Super Bowl contenders, but I seems that not only they have like to make it a recipe at all, because it took Barry months and years to how to build about the team, including for like the minority owner of Tom Brady, along with Mark Davis. I mean, that really changed it all for the game. But it seems that some persons they just wanted to need like a new coach and they just wanted to call Bill Belichick or everything like that. But it seems that if we want to prove themselves about for that team, that we can build something even better, because as a Raider Nation fans, I mean, we are tired like the same excuses, the same BS, the bullshit around for like the 20 years. And I think it's time to move on to create something new. I know Antonio Pierce grew up in Compton, California, but he needs to really step it up to the game, get a little spicy, get like the fire to going after the defense. I mean, we cannot let it down for like Luke Gatsby going like at the play call some conservative, but if we need to get him built, just go for it.
yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying, Ralph, but it's like the defense can only do so much. In my opinion, I don't think the defense looked that bad against the Rams this last week. I really feel like it's the offense. It's the offense that has to get going, and
Mhm.
he really needs to talk to both quarterbacks, whoever it is that ends up being the starter this week, and just have a plan. If they're trying to win, have a plan, and just try to really minimize the turnovers and the penalties. As long as we can do that, we should be able to be in a good situation and hopefully win a game. But this week it is going to be a real tough matchup. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And of course, we got some comments right now. So salute to Daniel Barry's in the building. Also, we got Andre Ashley and Raiders Resistance as no express.
Yeah,
So
shout out, Mike.
I gotta tell you for like the next topic we're talking about it. So when I was watching like the rush of Max Crosby, because I really understand about like the point of Max Crosby, because he nailed it. Max Crosby nailed it and shut it down to haters. Say, I want to be a Raider forever, because all of it like rumors about for like getting traded or something, but he literally Max Crosby shut it down to haters because he just wants to prove to be a Raider and he wants to like to
Yeah,
win like the Super Bowl with the Raiders. I mean, it really games me up right now because Max Crosby either find like the heart and soul of the Raider Nation, because not only those players, they got the intensity like the heart and soul. Because if you see like Max Crosby, it became like the glue of the defense. But in some performances like that, I mean, he really needs to get involved with the help. But thank God we just got Robert Spillane. Also, we got Jackson Powers Johnson, and of course we got DJ Glaze. I mean, if you really too involved with this world, I mean, he literally shut us down. He literally shut down the haters to prove himself, because if he wants to stay a Raider, that's what it is. Because if you take it at the temple, because once you go to the silver and black, there is no going back in there. There's no going back, because some players they're just playing like the cowards or fucking bitches, some fucking pussies. But Max Crosby really embodies like the alpha male. He wants to stay as a Raider for life. Even this whole body is covered off for like the Raider tattoos and everything. He also grew up in Michigan, East Michigan, but his particularly goal is to stay a Raider as for all he knows, because the organization loves him, and he also defined like a whole new generation as a defensive edge of the NFL, because we just see like a very explosive talent, and he literally shuts down the haters. And we all know that Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite is Max Crosby, because once you see Max Crosby that they're on the field, you can never hold it back.
oh yeah, Oh yeah, and regarding those rumors, yeah, like we said, we all knew they were BS, and Max let it be known it was BS on his podcast. Shout out to the Rush podcast, by the way. And yeah, he let it be known he wants to be here. He wants to be a Raider for life. He sees the bigger picture, and I'm sure whatever the plan is, whether some people may think it's to rebuild or just to build around him and just get the missing pieces that we need to actually compete and potentially contend. Like I'm sure he's on board and he is aware of probably what's going on. So he's not going anywhere, and the team's not planning on trading him. They have no intention of trading him. So yeah, they could just shut all that BS rumors down, and yeah, we can all move on and be happy and not stress about it because he's clearly letting it be known he don't want to go nowhere. And yeah, regarding the Chiefs this week and Mahomes, oh yeah, it's always fun to see number 98 match up against the cousin kissers, like Corey likes to say. It's always fun to see that.
Oh yes. And well, speaking about that between for Las Vegas Raiders versus Kansas City Chiefs, this is like an old classic rivalry. Because remember the last time we just won against Kansas City Chiefs, that was on Christmas Day. And we have Aiden O'Connor, Max Crosby, Robert Spillane, and the pick six Jack Jones became like a great performance.
Yeah.
Now, right now, the Kansas City Chiefs improves like they're undefeatable. But what imagine if that game on Sunday at the Allegiant Stadium can pull an upset? I mean, it's not that easy at all because right now we just got new quarterback, new wide receiver, new tight end. Because right now they had to go to the fan to help with Brock Bowers, but also the new defensive tackle. I mean, if we continue to like get involved with that defense, get involved like the energy, the hype. I mean, it's not that very easy at all. But what if we can put like an upset because the Kansas City Chiefs are a 6-0, so that could be like a problem. But if we got enough guts to put the defense to get a lot of discipline, I mean, we're gonna have it like the upset. But trust me, I mean, there's like a talented group of players, not only for rookie and veterans. So you had Brock Bowers, Alexander Madison, Robert Spillane. I mean, and also for the Kansas City Chiefs, they had Travis Kelce, and also they just got well Patrick Mahomes. But you know, what are those things that I would love to see to watch? The battle of titans. Travis
Oh,
Kelce versus Brock Bowers. I mean, Brock
yeah,
Bowers got that very natural talent. He's a beast because he really knows because he's one of the greatest football players as a play for like tight end for the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, can you imagine the insanity of production of Brock Bowers? Literally just put that just really shut it down for Travis Kelce. Just like because
yeah,
I really cared about it to say Brock Bowers. I mean, these guys are really natural because I thought about it like one time. I just wanted to see the say Brock Bowers. I just wanted to tell just like the tone for Brock Bowers. Hey, Travis Kelce, you motherfucking bitch. Welcome to the Brock Bowers show. That was
yeah,
it.
yeah. And I can't wait for that too because it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, this year, no disrespect to the guy over there, I'm not going to say his name, number 87, but he hasn't really looked like the same guy that he normally has. I mean, I'm sure eventually it happens every year. He has a game where he wakes up. Hopefully, it's not against us this year because that tends to sometimes be an annual thing. But I'm confident in this defense just based off the last performance we had against them and then just our performance that we've been having throughout the season. Yes, I mean teams obviously beat us and scored points on us, but you're going to get tired if your offense doesn't stay on the field long enough or put points on the board. You're going to have to really work overtime, unfortunately, to get those stops and to get off the field. So it's going to be interesting to see. And yeah, just like Kelce could be a matchup nightmare for us, we got Brock Bowers. So it's going to be interesting to see who they have covering him. They have a couple talented DBs. Their defense is pretty solid too. So it's going to be fun to see matchup. It's also going to be fun to see who's going to be throwing the ball to Brock Bowers and who's going to really utilize him. Because is it going to be Desmond Ridder? Is it going to be Gardner Minshew? Who is it going to be? So it's going to be interesting. But one thing's for sure, I just hope they make sure that to get Brock Bowers the ball. As long as they get Brock Bowers the ball, it should be interesting. to say the least.
Yes, exactly. Also, we got another salutes for the comments. So we got the Burpee Raider to say Rafa, salute to you. The Burpee Reaper, salute to you. Also, we got New England Raider Booster to say we always had a tough time with tight end,
Yeah.
especially Travis Kelce, because I really understand about for like the tight ends between for like this proportion of this generation. Because if you guys know like Mark Andrews for the Baltimore Ravens, Sam Laporta, and of course they got Travis Kelce. But
Mhm.
Brock Bowers, it became so much beast. Became like a beast mode between for like the speed, the production, and of course the blocking style. I mean, you can never win a battle against Brock Bowers. I mean, he got like it is so intense because he always played like the top side. I mean, he always played like the old school Raiders style. I mean, that became like a so much powerful to get on the tight end. So at the first I just figured it out because at first before like the draft they say, oh, we're gonna draft the new tight end, I say who's gonna be. But I was like very confused. But at the same time, when I was watching the film study of Rock Bauer to say, damn, now that's a tight end we need to take care about it. Because I know his style is undefeatable. But the only thing we need to care about is because we want to see like at the battle between like the wide receiver, not only for Juju Smith-Schuster versus Jacoby Myers, but also it just got like a Alexander Madison and the running back Rashid Rice. But I know that the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs, they always know for like enormous shape along with Andy Reid. But we had to take care about like some business for the playbook of Luke Gadsby. I know the Luke Gadsby playbooks, it seems like very trash, very conservative. But if we want to get on tone, like very disciplined, very getting knowledge about like who's gonna be like the weakest point of the Kansas City Chiefs, we will knock it down like that. Just boom.
Yeah. Honestly, it's going to be tough to find. I'd say to find a weak link in that defense. The one weak link
Mm-hmm.
I may say possibly maybe their safeties because their corners are solid. Their linebackers are decent too, and their D line. I mean, they have Chris Jones. I'm not gonna. Hey, just like we have Max Crosby, they have Chris Jones. So that's somebody that we definitely have to key on and make sure to really just get as many hands as we can on each play. Not just a tight end in front of them, not just a tackle. We gotta figure out how to keep him out of the backfield and protect our quarterback so that we could get the ball to Brock Bowers, to Trey Tucker, and whoever else is out there, possibly at receiver. DJ Turner. Hopefully Jacoby's back.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
DJ Turner. Yeah, DJ Turner. That's gonna be like very example about that. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, but actually, I just wanted to like make it sure about like the roster because I was getting involved like the injury reports and everything. But if we got something like putting like the heart and soul, I mean, if we got like enough guts, like I said it, I mean, we could have like everything about it. Tony Shepard says, salute Rafa, Mike, Raider Nation. Also, Tony Shepard says, Bravos just gotta get more targets in the red zone. That will be like very impressive at all. But not only like the tight end, which is Brock Bowers, get a lot more production, but also we just got Max Crosby, Robert Spillane. I mean, the whole defense is like the center focus. Because I know they're struggling a lot because they still got a lot of flaws. But between for like the right receiver, I mean, if they really need to take care about it, because remember the last time we just won in December, which is like the Christmas day, and everyone to just get really shocked. But right now, it seems that if we got like a great miracle, just like a great example, an interception or a touchdown, even for the last minute, I mean, things that can really change it at all. Because after a disastrous performance, I mean, if we wanted to take care, we want to win with a great style. Let the Raider Nation knows that I know that my catchphrase is fuck the cheese, Raider Nation bitch. So let the people know. Let the people know who we roll.
I agree with that. And in your opinion, Ralph, how do you feel regarding the season? Like, do you feel like the season's still savable? Like we could actually make the playoffs, or are you on the side of we may need a tank?
Well, precisely for like the tanking season or the playoffs, because that's a very interesting question. Because a lot of people they just wanted to see tanking for the quarterback, but I don't think it's gonna be like really easy at all. I still get a lot of hope to do like at the playoffs, but it's not gonna be like really easy at all if we put like some great defense out there. Because I know that we just had only 2 wins and 5 losses. That creeps me out. Because if we want to get through like anything, something, I mean, that's not like the first time we just see like the worst defense or the good defense for years. I mean, we just have like a great enough talent, and we just have it like seeming enough of this because we just seeing like the same all different things. I mean, if we got like some brand new players just like that, I mean, we get exactly we get up for it. I mean, it's really cut through the span like the new horizons to get to the playoffs. I mean, there's gonna be like a lot of faith in a miracle to do about it, because I believe that if we want to get like a winning streak or something like that, because there's like a difficult task. Because I know we just won against Baltimore Ravens, we just lost against Chargers and Broncos. Because the last time we just won Broncos, that was like pretty easy at all with a quarterback seemed like very entering right. But after that, I seem that there's gonna get a piece of hope and go to the playoffs, because after what you see like going through, I mean, we got something like a lot of hope on the playoffs if we need to take care about a bigger risk, bigger task, along with another competitions of the conference.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
I hear you. I hear you with that. I'm kind of in between whether this season's savable or if we may need to possibly
Mhm.
start looking at into the future and possibly position ourselves for a premium pick to get a quarterback. Just because it's no secret, everybody sees it, not just our fan base, other people's fan bases, people across the league. It's obvious we need a quarterback. So I mean, hopefully either way, we got to let the cards play because it's not like we could choose to win. We have to really work hard to earn these wins, especially with the injuries and the lack of depth at the moment at quarterback and a few other positions. It's going to be real tough to see how it goes, and it's possible we do win more games and we could even trade up. Who knows? If there may be a team that lands in at either pick 1 or pick 2 that doesn't need a quarterback and they'll be willing to trade back for the right price. But I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's a lot of uncertainties this season. I'm sure nobody's seen Aiden getting injured or us being possibly 2-5. Maybe some people did. Some who knows, but it's it is unfortunate and it sucks. So I feel like this game it got a lot of besides the rivalry and everything. It's going to say a lot regarding the season, like what we're going to do possibly moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And after all these technical issues that we just got on this episode, because we have one last topic to talk about, like with a special guest, Black Team Broadcast. So
Yeah.
I know that some point at every live streams that I talk like some of the greatest content creators, because I know the true impact of the Radio Nation is between the families, between the blood. Because every time that I see like a different fans for like another teams, I mean, it just seemed like they have a lack of interest in, because I always told like yeah, I always troll about some persons who dressing it up like the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers. So I just told fuck the Cowboys, fuck the 49ers, fuck the Chiefs. I mean, when you
Mhm.
see like a different fan base, when you see like the Raider Nation, it became something very a huge impact on the sports. Because if you remember like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000, 2010, it seems that we have a great history of greatness and legacy. Because we remember about like the history of Jim Otto, Jim Plunkett, also to remember Al Davis, John Madden, but also we just have like a good times along with John Gruden with his coldest intro in Hard Knocks. I mean, if you're prepared for the war, I mean, you gotta do it. But I know the impact of the Raider Nation is our family, is our blood. No matter if you represent for like another country, no matter if you're black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American, we all represent the civil and black nation. Because if you want to see it like at a game, the experience is very unique. Because if you have experience to go to like the Oakland Stadium before getting moved out to Las Vegas, you had to be lucky up there. Because the Raider Nation is worldwide. There is no Dallas Cowboys Americans team. There's no San Francisco 49ers. There's no Kansas City Chiefs, because what I just see like at the Kansas City Chiefs, they're just like at a bunch of bandwagons, and they also listen to Taylor Swift and always like Gen Z kids. But we all represent the Raider Nation. We always listen to the good hip hop, like the West Coast, like Ice Cube, Kendrick Lamar. Also, there's Tupac Shakur. I mean, we just wanted to pump it down like the hip hop old school style, the West Coast. But we always want to drink, but always get involved, like having the conversation with the Raiders. And we always yell to the whole stadium, because it doesn't really stop us. It doesn't, because the Raider Nation, it's just like a nation worldwide. It takes forever. And once you go to the silver and black, there is no going back. No going back at all. So we are represented for the Raider Nation.
Yeah, that part. You said it. You said it right there, and it's true, man. That's a big part of the culture right there, man. And it sucks to say, like I really hate losing to the Chiefs, but it's hard to be a little confident this week, just seeing what just happened, where we couldn't even score a single touchdown. So it's going to be real tough to see, but I mean, you never know. We had a game last year where we lost 0-3, and then the following week we dropped 60 on a team. You never know. And the following week after that was, the Chiefs. So you never know what to expect with this team. It could get real interesting. Who knows? We've seen a lot of shocking upsets this season, so you never know. I'm hoping.
Yeah,
either way,
it's
hope we don't have too many or any injuries this week, and we'll keep going because we have enough injuries on this roster.
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to tell you, Mike, from the Black Team broadcast. So thanks for having us to this special Tuesday tailgate night show, because I had to do with so many things right now. So first and foremost, because if you guys see this on Twitter as no as hats and YouTube, because I got a lot of surprise coming up there, because first and foremost, I had to provide the Spanish play-by-play between Las Vegas Raiders versus Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be on Sunday, 4:24 p.m., which is going to be on Eastern time, 1:25 p.m. at Pacific time. So I will see you there, providing like the live commentary and play-by-play between this all rivalry style between Las Vegas Raiders versus Kansas City Chiefs. And for those guys who really love the mixed martial arts and wrestling, so I got to prepare for tomorrow for the Combat Club episode number 24, which is wanted to preview between Max Holloway versus Ilya Topuria at the UFC 308 and the Bound for Glory. So this is going to be like a schedule for this week around for my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to tell you, thank you, Mike, for the Black Team broadcast. So any last words before we close it down, and where can we find you on the social media? And where can we find you watch that show, which is always getting interesting with the live commentary of Big Corey and also like the great takes.
You can find us on YouTube. The channel would be actually Corey's. It's Big Corey 00. You could actually follow him on both Instagram and X or Twitter, whatever you like to call it. Both, all of them, Big Corey 00. Myself, it's Michael Valley 24, MIKEAVELI 24, both on Twitter and IG. And then for us, you can find our show obviously on the YouTube channel every Thursday at 7. We may possibly change that in the near future, but at the moment it'll be every Thursday at 7. And also you can find us on IG at Black Team Broadcast in full. And then on Twitter, it'll be Black Team Biz. And for final words, all I have to really say is fuck it, the Chiefs and Black Team, you bitch.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Because I know that I have a catchphrase to say, "Fuck the Chiefs, Raider Nation, bitch." So Thank you guys for joining us at this Tailgate Tuesday night show, along with Mike with the Black Team broadcast. So, Ralf in the building, Capitán Rafucho. So I just wanted to tell you, have a great night. Yeah,
we need that before we cap off the show. We need one of the classic moments because it's Chiefs week, man. We got the energy's a little dead. We got to you know we got to pick it up a little. We need one.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we're gonna win this one. So we need like a great upset. So, like I said, folks, hit the like video and of course subscribe to Capitán Rafucho on YouTube on his way to 15K subscribers. So thank you guys a lot and have a great night, have a great Tuesday, and of course, one last word to do it. Just win, baby. And of course, look at the finger. Fuck the cheese, Raider Nation, bitch. So salute to y'all. Thanks, Mike, for having us. And of course, have a great night. And of course, let's go for it.